Yeah, this certainly feels like a hinge moment, not just politically, personally, culturally, nervously. For a long time, I kept my mouth shut in the name of being reasonable and understanding and polite. And what I'm realizing now is that politeness, kept me safe, but it also kept me small. And, here's the thing I'm finally willing to say out loud. Trump becoming president didn't break the world. It showed us how fragile the world already was. And he didn't create chaos, he removed the filters. He showed us what happens when someone says, fuck it, I ain't pretending anymore. And that's not leadership, that's exposure. And, I didn't support him. I don't excuse the damage that he's done. A lot of people have been hurt, and that fucking matters. And still, something cracked open in me during that time because once you see how, thin the rules really are, you can't unsee it. And you realize the system isn't a machine, it's a performance, and we're all on stage, whether we admit it or not. And that realization can turn people, into tyrants. Or it can turn them into adults. That's the split. And power says, now I can get away with anything. Wisdom says, now I'm responsible for everything. And I chose the second. And what freed me wasn't the chaos. It was seeing the bind break. And the bind that says, don't say that, don't feel that, don't disrupt the vibe. Because sometimes disruption is the only fucking honest signal left. And some figures aren't teachers, they're alarms. They don't lead us forward, they wake us the fuck up by showing us what happens when no one is awake. And that's the role that I'm stepping into now, not to fight, not to dominate, not to preach, but to speak honestly, with humor, without anesthetizing myself for other people's comfort. We're all part of the system. There's no opting out, only growing up. And this isn't the end of the story. It's a sunrise, and I'm finally free enough to say what I see. Thank you.